I mean, you're in the paddock with your idols. You're in a pit lane with you're driving past all this Formula One bodywork and all the Formula One pit garages, and it is really really cool.
Hello, my name's Tamsin Clark, and this is the second episode of the Shifting Gears podcast, and we are with Rowan Campbell-Pilling. So, Rowan, could you please tell us who you are, what you do, and what you're racing?
Hello, my name's Rowan Campbell-Pilling. I'm 18 years old. I'm from Sheffield, and this year 2025, I've been competing in the Weir Tools British F4 Championship with JHR Developments.
Awesome, thanks so much, Rowan. And let's start off. Where did your love for racing begin?
So I think my initial love for competition began back when I was probably 3 or 4. I started on trials bikes, so going over obstacles through woodlands and stuff, going away at a weekend and wanting to win and come back with something shiny to show for it. And I think that's where the true love of competition began. And then moved up through the ranks of karting, went to four wheels permanently, really. From about the age of 6 or 7, and then went through the ranks of karting and had tremendous success in junior and senior categories.
Yeah, of course. And what was your favourite memories, particularly from when you were in karting?
There are a few that stand out. We had a great weekend at the Daniel Ricciardo series in senior, DRS 125, at Clay Pigeon, where we won every race that weekend. We clean sweeped in 2021, the Daniel Ricciardo Series Junior Championship at Risington, and then the Anglian Cup at Kimbolton in X30. We also had a great weekend there for the Anglian Cup, which was a very special weekend.
So this is obviously your second season in British F4. Have you got any key moments from the season that have really resonated with you?
I think favourite moments certainly have been, highlights definitely have to be the win at Knockhill. That was just amazing, truly really special to me, and just a all-round awesome weekend. I think even though it wasn't a championship round, the British Grand Prix round, having a podium on the track was awesome as well. What a weekend.
So sick. What was it like actually racing alongside Formula One though? Like, what was that like?
Really cool. I mean, you're in the paddock with your idols. You're in a pit lane with you're driving past all this Formula One bodywork and all the Formula One pit garages, and it is really really cool. Proper sort of turned into a little fanboy driving up the pit lane, which is nuts.
Aye. And then see, obviously, like you mentioned, the first one at Knockhill. How do you feel that they've removed it off of the calendar for the 2026 season?
I didn't know they removed it off the calendar for the 2026 season. I haven't had a look at it yet.
Have you not? They've removed Knockhill. What's your thoughts? Obviously,
I think Knockhill is an absolutely awesome track in a Formula 4 car. It is so cool. All the undulations, all the massive gradient changes. Obviously, you've got massive curbs that you're smashing over, and then you've got the blind chicane as well. It's just such a cool track. So I think
of course,
that's a shame if that's gone for 2026.
Yeah. What would you say your favourite track on the British F4 calendar this season was?
Favourite track, Knockhill for sure. I mean, that was the best weekend. I think favourite tracks, I've got a couple, just because it's so hard to pick one because they're all so great for different reasons. I think Donington's always up there. Donington's a really cool track, and we always have great home support from Sheffield. It's only an hour down the motorway, so it's great to see lots of family and friends there. Then Alton Park is really cool as well. It's sort of high risk, high reward, especially round the back through the trees as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, I think Alton Park's a really good track. It's a shame that one's been removed off the calendar as well. It's quite a shame.
It's awesome.
And then obviously now you're out of school, being 18. But how would you balance the pressure of both schoolwork and racing while you were still in education?
It was difficult, and it was definitely a big time juggling act. I had a great support network around me when I was at school, and teachers were incredibly supportive. And when I missed lessons and stuff, they'd do anything to help me try and catch up, which was really nice, and especially when you're away quite a lot of the time. And it's not just a weekend thing. British F4, you're at the track from almost Tuesday till Sunday night, sometimes even Monday. So it's difficult to balance, but I think we did a great job of it throughout A levels.
Yeah, of course. So that would be really hard to balance, but like A levels and then racing. So you've done a really good job with that. And then see when you're obviously preparing for the race, have you got any pre-race rituals that you do?
Not really. I think I'm quite boring in that respect. I warm up like every other driver. Do some skipping, do some resistance band work, do some stretching, and then do some reaction stuff. But other than that, not really. Yeah, just quite straightforward. Get in the car, and as long as you're on the ball, do well.
And then in the 2026 season, are you hoping to just further progress up the Formula ranks, or have you got anything else in mind?
Don't know as of yet, if I'm being brutally honest. I mean, I know what I'd like to go and do, and that would be progress up the single seater ladder, and hopefully we can make that happen.
Hopefully. And then, who do you currently admire in the world of racing?
No, I think motorsport idols. I've got a few. I think Piastri's up there. I really like Oscar. I think he's doing a great job in Formula One at the moment, and to take it to Lando when he's sort of 2 years behind experience wise, I think shows what a driver he is really.
Yeah, of course.
I think another one, Max Verstappen for sure. I love his approach, his determination, his cutthroat nature, and he is clearly one of, if not the best driver out there. I think Brazil last year proved that. Was it last year or the year before?
I think it might have been last year.
I think it was last year.
I think it could have been last year.
That was a superb drive, absolutely stellar and faultless, really, in the wet. And it showed his true colours. And then the last one, which you'll have heard of, I'm sure, is Colin McRae. Big rally star from back in his day, and what an awesome driver. He was always at one with the car. You look at his onboard and stuff, and the car's moving around under him, and he's never making inputs. He's always making corrections, and I think that's really, really cool, and it shows how far over the edge you can go.
Yeah, of course. And obviously, like you mentioned, Oscar Piastri. Do you think that Oscar Piastri is going to win the championship, like against Lando Norris? Who do you think out of the McLarens is going to win?
I think it'll be close. I do think Oscar is ready to become a world champion, and I think he's had some really faultless drives this year and done a really good job. So I think Oscar will. I hope Oscar does take it.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much. And then, how accurately does the sim actually prepare you for a race? Like when you're testing on the sim and you're like on iRacing, etc. How accurately does that prepare you?
I think it depends how you use the sim. It's very, very easy to go very fast on a sim and abuse the physics of the sim, if you like. And it's obviously different to a race car in terms of you haven't got the same G-force, you've only got force feedback, and you can't feel what the car's doing under you, you've only got a steering wheel. So that's your only sort of knowledge of how the car's moving. So you can abuse that to be faster on the sim, but I think if you use it as a tool to prepare you for how you're going to drive on the track and focus on driving with good technique, I think it is very, very beneficial for sure. Most of the tracks are really spot on, if not pretty much identical to as they are in real life. iRacing do an amazing job of laser scanning all the tracks and making them really realistic. So I think if you use it in the right way, it is very beneficial for sure.
Awesome. And if you could do a sport but wasn't racing, what sport would you reckon you'd be doing?
Oh, that's a tough one. I used to be into my badminton quite a lot. I really like badminton. I think I'm fun. My little brother's quite an avid golfer. So I think I might play a bit of golf with Austin. But other than those two, I don't really know. There's nothing. I used to play a bit of cricket, a bit of rugby, but nothing nothing else really. I think if I was going to do anything, pursue anything sport-wise, it'd probably be badminton or golf.
No, badminton's really fun. It's underrated, I'd
I
say.
like badminton.
I would say it's quite underrated.
Agreed.
I think it's really entertaining. And a random one, if you could swap helmets with anyone on the 2025 British F4 grid, who would you swap with and why?
Ooh. That's a very good question. I don't know. I think... Ooh. Trying to think of people's helmets. I really, really like... I actually do not have an answer for you there.
Oh, because like, there's so many cool designs for helmets on like the grid.
Yeah, there are really... There's a really big variation of designs, and I think there are some really, really cool helmets. I think Martin's is really cool. I really like Martin's helmet, Molnar. With sort of the watch design on the side, I like that. I really don't know. There are a lot of different helmets. I like Jimmy's lid a lot.
Oh yeah,
I think that's really nice.
Jimmy's is really nice.
Yeah, there are so many different designs all up and down the grid that it's really hard to choose.
Yeah, well, thank you. And what is your dream track to drive? Like, if you could drive any track in any car, what would you choose and why?
I think my dream track's probably Bathurst. Absolutely epic track in one of the Australian V8 supercars. They're really cool. When you're watching them going down like the corkscrew back section sort of thing, and they're just heel and toeing their way down there. It's just nuts. You take your hat off to those guys because they are doing an awesome job. And that is not an easy car to get around there. So I think probably Bathurst in an Australian V8 supercar, something like that.
That'd be pretty sick. And then, see, obviously, if you're... Imagine you were in a race, right, one of your British 4 races a season, and you had the option to have a Mario Kart power-up. What power-up would you choose, and why?
Oh, I don't really know Mario Kart that much.
Do you not?
I think I'd probably choose a banana or something like that, one of the banana skins. I don't know, you'll probably get that answer quite a lot, but I think that's probably one of the only ones I know. And I think if you're looking to create a gap and you chuck one out going into Cops, for example, then you're going to have that gap before Club and Vale, aren't you?
See, if obviously talking about Mario again, what Mario Kart would you say is like your go-to if you were to play it?
I don't really know the karts. I know the characters, and I always go for Mario.
Yeah.
I'm probably a bit boring like that, but I like the original. Yeah, Mario.
Main character. We'll call it there. But thank you so much for joining in today, Rowan. And is there anything you would like to say, like a little message to those watching?
Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. And I hope you enjoy the next years of racing and enjoy everything. There you go.
And
just enjoy life.
Feel free to link your social medias as well.
Drop me a follow on Instagram. On any social media, I'm official Rowan CP42 on Instagram, and I think my other social medias are linked from there.
Awesome.
There you go.